Good evening to everyone watching. We're just having to do the signing in again because I went on to the Dotel live to get screenshots earlier. Just bear with me 2 seconds. I have just closed the chat down, so if you do type, do message me. I will respond to you in just a second. Come on, keep up, phone. There we go. That's done what I wanted to do, I hope. There we go. Can everybody hear me okay? Good evening and welcome to the stream tonight. It's not very often I do a stream, as I've said before, to the regulars. Tonight I thought we'd go painting. Now I thought we'd go with something a little easier, especially if we've got new players watching that don't have a clue really how to do livery editing. So I thought we'd go for a nice 387-1 in Thameslink livery. But just to start off with, we'll go for a few that I've done already. The 150 is quite a popular one for me, as you can probably see. Quite a few 150s. I've only done a couple on the 387 so far. No, sorry, not 387, 377. I've done one on a 387, which was London North Western Railway. When I find it. Let's have a quick look at that while we're here. The Geek Daddy, thanks for lurking, but I don't have that lurk thing set up, so I'll just take it that you're lurking. I forgot it was separate. Same on both sides, of course. It'd be easy if I just zoomed out, actually, wouldn't it? Let's go back to the first one. That is London North Western Railway, or otherwise known as West Midlands Railway nowadays. Matt. Yeah, so that took, I think that one's taken me the longest to do actually. It was just over 8 hours to do that start to finish, with plenty of coffee breaks and some choice words that are best not said on this stream. So we'll come out of that. We've made no changes. My second longest was the 395 Trans Pennine Express, which again I think is down the bottom here somewhere. Where are we? I've made quite a few on these, as you can probably see already. Trans Pennine Express. Let's have a look at this one. You can all see that there. The star on the nose was actually quite easy to make. I thought this was going to be a bit of a pain to do, but it was actually quite easy. I managed to do that in about 15-20 minutes. And of course, since we've got the Professor in, I've not actually done any more in it so far, but we will show you your Piddleston Express, of course. Of course. I've got to do more to it yet, but it's got headphones in its little cat ears. Little glasses around the eyes. And then just that. I've not got any further than that so far. I do need to do more to that, especially now with the Creators Club going, so I can shove that straight up there since it's not copyrighted. Right, let me just find my picture I was going to use for the 387. Tablet's just decided to kick me off, which is never a good time. There we go. Right. Oh, 387 time. Anyone want to look at the 151s before we go to start off the 387? Just go through the list again if you want to have a look. Which one, the Geek Daddy? Which one do you want to have a look at? Oh, bit of a silly question actually. It'll probably be Great Western, won't it? I actually had your help on this one, actually, the Geek Daddy. So thanks for that one with the colour code. A little bicycle rack on it as well. Was going to say anything, but GWR for sure. Yeah, no, we'll take it to the northern side in just a moment. So that didn't actually take that long to do. And finally, it was quite impossible to do without the nose originally. I think I do need to give that a bit more of an edit. Alright, let's come out of that, so we didn't do anything to it. Northern, here we go. And there's the northern variant. I think that was one of the first ones I did on the 150. That one didn't actually take too long to do. I think that was only about 2.5 to 3 hours. A Reaver, yeah, we can go to a Reaver. Where are we? There we are. Oh, it's a Poppy Reaver. I think this is the one I did around Remembrance Day. Yeah, that one didn't take too long to do. Actually, I think I had that one done within about an hour maximum. I think the longest 150 was the TFW, Transport for Wales, with all the lettering as well. That was a long time. Especially with all the wording. I think I used about 170 layers just for the lettering alone, all around the train. But I've had approval from Transport for Wales itself. I did send them the picture actually, and I was quite impressed. Quite impressed indeed. Anyway, you're not here to see my current livery, you're here to see me do another one. So let's get on with the 387-1. -1, yes. Right, -2 then, we'll go with -2. Great North. Obviously you can't see me typing in, but so we'll obviously start with the body because it's just paintwork. Yeah, I am just copying a picture off of Google here, so if I do start muttering to myself, I do apologise, but we'll get there. I'd say it's probably about that white. Right, I'll work on the face first. Yeah. I was going to do something. Yeah, that we will go for that one. What I should have done is use my colour code for the front, and I forgot. Come on, what am I doing here? Right, just... I'll get right in a minute. Come on. Why are we not changing colour? That's because the front, the nose and the 387 can't be edited, can it? Oh dear, not a good start already. Only the sides work on the 387, not the actual nose. Right, so hold on a minute, let's just scrap that idea then, and we'll go and do it on the 377 instead. Let's delete that. Which one shall I do? Yeah, we'll do the London Brighton then. No, Matt, it doesn't actually. When I did the London North Western Railway, the nose, the joining corridor, that bit actually changes colour with the paintwork. Not you can't layer over that. A bit like the 150 was when it originally came out on Xbox at first, where you couldn't cover the front. Or at least it doesn't work on Xbox anyway. Whether it works on PlayStation or PC, it's just the joining corridor bit that you can't layer over. Right, we'll try that again, shall we? Right, so we want white, layer. There we go. I think it might be a bit too dark. I'll get the colour codes in a minute. I'm sure it was 44.75. I remember these from the front of my 150 because they're all the same. I'll go with that. I know it's probably too dark, but we'll lighten it up a bit. Reshape it. There will be some hanging over bits, but we can cover them over with extra layers afterwards. We can just go around the sides with like an extra white layer. So we'll do that. We'll need one of them using the same colour. Have you got any questions regarding the sound on the 387? Yeah, on the 387, the Gatwick Express one, the Geek Daddy, the nose itself doesn't cover. You can't layer over it like I have on this that you can see now. The 387 doesn't allow you to layer over. It only changes in the colour with the paint. So we had to use probably 15, 20 more layers on the London North Western Railway one extra than what I really had to do, obviously to hide the yellow from the side of the train. Right, so that only goes down to there, so let's do this bit first. Wrong one. Right, bring that across because then we can just lay around that in a minute. I know it doesn't look the picture at the minute, but it will do soon. So we'll have another one of them, but we'll make it smaller and we'll turn it white. Oh no, hold on. Make that smaller. It's a curved edge, isn't it? So we'll do the curve on there in a second. Like that. And then one for the other side, of course. Always got to have matchy, haven't you? Yeah. We need one of... Piece of advice to anybody that is doing livery designer: save after each layer, because you never know when you're going to get kicked out. I found out the brute suspect of that yesterday when I was doing the Northern Ireland railway liveries on the 313, where I just copied everything from the front coach to the rear coach and forgot to save it, and it wiped the entire coach, what I just copied. Luckily enough, I only was using the copy function, so it only took me a couple of minutes to send it all back. But for someone that's not familiar with it, it would be quite annoying. I am looking for that one. Let's just shrink that. We'll get all the little detaily bits afterwards. It's just more of a quick throw together for new players that don't really know what they're doing. That's a different shade of white, is it not? That's the way it was. Right, move that one over. Yeah, well, like I say, we'll get all the minor details afterwards, like the little bits that are hanging over. We'll just try and get the main ones done now. Obviously, we'll need one more of them, but to move up here, I said I'm not going to worry about them, but clearly I am. Yeah, it needs to make that bigger. Maybe a bit smaller. Now, usually, if I wasn't on a stream, I'd just shove a massive square over it and have done with it. But I suppose that necessarily uses extra layers that I probably don't need to use. Come on, get in position. So fiddly. Right, we'll do that. And then we'll just create another one of them. Move that up. Oh, no, wrong way. I forgot I'd rotated it. I will call you up in a minute. Oh, wrong one again. Alright, so another one of them, but on this side. Now, why don't they seem to want to match up? I think I know why they don't want to match up, to put the curly bit on it. Going too fast, do tell me to slow down. I just when I start painting, I just get into a right world of my own. So I'll rotate that. You just paint it all pink, maybe a stripe, and if I'm feeling generous, and call it done. Yeah, I suppose there's not really a lot that you can do and then make it like a public, like for example, like posting it on the group. Mainly, obviously, because of licensing and all that. And Obviously with the Creators Club, it doesn't give a lot of console users that aren't very good with livery editor a lot to do. Now, obviously, we're not going to talk about stuff that's coming up on streams, of course. We don't know, obviously, what the latest on that is. So, obviously, we'll find out. I think it's Sunday's Steam Festival section of streams. It's one of them. I've got the list somewhere. I'm terrible with liveries. To be honest with you, Backlin, I was totally, absolutely awful with liveries, and there's only one person I've got to thank for that, and he is in the chat. It is the Geek Daddy. He's the one that taught me the patience, how to start it, how to attack it on a certain area, do something small and work your way up. And ever since then, I'm spending, to be honest with you, more time painting than I am driving. Though looking at the amount of levels I've got, you wouldn't have thought that. Let's move that square back in place now. I have got that done. There we go. So that's the front already forming. We just need to work on the curvy bits down the bottom there. Right. Where shall we go now? We'll look at the roof. So we want. You'll find that shape 54, or the square, as they're commonly known, would be your best friend on any of these liveries, or any livery you tend to do. We'll just go with that grey for a minute. I'll get the colour code properly afterwards. Put that across there, not too far down because then it goes down the side of the train. You have to use a side bit to finish it off. So, oh no, hello, I've gone wrong there, haven't I? I've used the wrong icon. That one is what I wanted. Let's just zoom out so I can see how far we're going. Let's just have a look at that. That only goes to about that line there, doesn't it? So let's just close that a bit more. We're looking at the back. That doesn't go all the way to the end. I'm sorry, I'm just relying on my Google picture. That does go all the way to the back. Oh, wrong way again. I'll get this right in a minute. Move. Oh, well, there we go again. Just because I've rotated it and not realised what I'm doing. Well, we'll worry about the back in a minute. Right, so there's your ceiling, roof, whichever. Right, so we have the grey bits on the side now to fill in the gap. So again, shape 54 is your best friend. Shape 54 left. We'll go with the grey. And then it's a case of thin, move into position, how are we going up here? Let's move that back, otherwise I'm going to be going over the front and the back. Oh, hello, that's not meant to happen. Yep, so I know I've gone over the front there, which I'll just... Come on. I bet I've gone too far over the back now, haven't I? No. So we just need to move it a bit more, and then extend. We'll worry about the edgy bits afterwards. I'll keep saying that, but we will actually worry about that afterwards. And then that's all lined up, so because you're lazy, well I am, you just copy that, and then change the side, and then it automatically puts it in the exact same position on the other side of the train. And all you've got to do then is adjust it to your requirements, which you shouldn't need to do, and it's filled it in. So that is your front and top practically done already. Good night, Matt. Thanks for joining the stream. Always a pleasure. keep up the good work, and we'll catch you, well, probably tomorrow actually on the Spirit Stream. Good night, mate. Right, so we're going to move on to the doors now, which would be, again, oh no, I don't want to do that. We want square again. Honestly, square will be your best friend on pretty much every shape you want to use. They are more like a dark green, like the southern green, so we will go. I'm going to have a guesstimate about a guesstimate there. We'll have a guesstimate, like I say. If it's wrong, I can always correct it afterwards. And then what I'll do is when it's finished, because it's only a quick and easy livery this one, so it should be done by the time the stream's finished. And then when we're done, I'll post this one and what it should look like on the group, on Discord or wherever, onto the Geek Daddy Simulated Gaming. I'll post it wherever you want me to post it, and you can all have a look at it that way. It shouldn't, like I say, it shouldn't take too long to do, especially with these doors, because there's no curved edges on them either, so it's a case of a quick, easy fill. There are yellow strips on there. Oh, wait a minute, I better save it before it kicks me out, haven't I? Could have reminded me, chat. Right, let's get the yellow. No, I don't think they actually level up with the windows, the strips. Let me just zoom in on this picture and have a look. No, they level at the top, but not the bottom. So they are the same colour as the front. So we'll just copy that and then move that across, and then that just saves you half a job of having to go and do the layer again. Oddly enough, I know about the projection settings, the Geek Day, but to tell you the truth, I've never ever actually used them. One, mainly because I don't know how to use them, and two, I've just never physically needed to use them. I do need to look into that a bit more, but I've never actually used them. So as you can probably tell, that's one door practically done. Now you're thinking to yourself, do you really want to do all that again on that door? Well, there's a way around that. Let me just save that first. You just combine the layers using that, that and that. Copy, then copy that again, and you just move it all as one. One of the most handy tools you've possibly got on the game. It's just basically a copy and paste. And then effectively, you've one side done already. So then to do it on the other side of the train, again, you would have to just copy each door. And then you would go to change side, right hand side, and it's laid it in the position, although I think that's actually raised it a little bit too high. Right, we'll come back to that after to do the minor details. Same with that one again, you just change the side, and then effectively, minus the branding, your first coach is complete. So with the second coach, obviously the middle two are a lot easier than the end one. You would just slide it across, use the paint, so you'd use the paint and the white you've already used. And then you would go back to your first coach. Now there's a copy to, I can't see it because of my broadcast bars in the way. The flickering at the bottom actually, I'm hoping that's going to get sorted soon, because that's not meant to do that, and that is quite off-putting, especially if you've got glasses. So we would then copy, you would press LB B on Xbox. I think it might be L1 on PlayStation, and I'm not sure what it is on PC. I don't have one. You would just copy to the next car, and then you just reposition where you want it to be, although that one seems to be wider. I don't know why, but we'll do the details afterwards. Go back, and then you just copy forward again, and so on. You do that on every coach you want it to appear on. I'll do the minor details again afterwards. Go back. That one, I don't know why they like to move out the positions, but it's alright. We'll go back again. We'll move that to there. So effectively, minus the roof, already your middle coach is already done. So we'll just obviously finish the middle coach off. So no, it's not going to let me combine them because they're in different parts of the body. So let's just move that one across there. Although I can actually make that one a little bit longer now because it's in the middle and it's not going to make any effect over the front. So we'll just move that this way. We'll worry about the end parts in a minute. We'll just get the main bits done for now. Move that to there. Then obviously we need to extend this now because we left it shorter on the front. I don't remember where I've moved it to. Yeah, we've done that one. Now because I've extended that one, I'm just going to copy that one over and change the side of it. We'll save. We'll worry about the extra at the end bit of the coach afterwards. We'll just get the main part of the livery done for now. So that's that. So then you would then do the exact same again on this part of the coach. Coach 3, whichever way you want to put it, whichever end you're coming in from. I hope I've not bored the chat. I hope you're all watching or just finding something else to do because I just mumble about utter rubbish usually. So we'll go white again. We'll go back to here. And you just copy forward again. So it's literally all your work is done on the very first coach because then you can just use the copy tool to copy it to the rest of your train or to the coaches that you need to copy it to. So this is why I said it was just literally a quick, simple, easy livery to do. So literally just copying everything across again. There we go. I'll just save that. I know that was a bit quick, but it's literally all I've done is I've copied it to the coach. And already, just like that, we're 3 in. Alright, Matt, take your time, mate. No worries. This will be finished in a minute, I think. Or no, in fact, no, we'll do the minor details after we've got the main part of the livery done. So, when it comes to the end coach, so again, you don't have to worry about having to put every little bit on. You can literally just copy it from there. And all you have to do is, well, obviously we need to put the paint colour. The paint you will have to do yourself. That's not, you can't copy that. You just literally go to the tools at the bottom with the little squares. The little squares are the paint jobs that you've used already. So we'll just confirm that. And then it's literally just a case of copy and paste. I do go a bit fast because I do get a bit carried away, but you are literally just copying and pasting. Going back to this coach. Come on. I feel like I'm going too fast for the Xbox in a minute, so it might kick me out, so I'll best save that. So we need to do the top again. Now that's copied the top from the front coach, so the adjustments that I made in the middle too will not take effect on that in particular place, on this particular shape for this end of the coach. As you can see, it's still kept its initial shape. So we would then copy the sides again. It will keep everything in the exact same position. Obviously, it'll just put it in where it needs to. Doors. Like that. That done like that. And then just like that, minus the branding, you have one Thameslink 387 on a 377. Now we go for the minor details of the branding. In fact, no, we won't. We'll do the branding afterwards. We'll just fill in the gaps that we needed to fill in. So it was the end of the coach. So all I would use is, oh no, I need to move that along, don't I? Right, we'll do that first. So all I would do, just to fill it in, can I get any more in there actually? Right, so come back that way. Right, done. Right, yeah, muttering to myself again, silly me. Right, that one's actually not that bad, so I don't have to do any adjustments on that one. So let's just come to this. So things here at the end, all I would use again is I would just put a square shape over it because it would cover it. Just covering the over way of it. So we need to go white, it needs to be that white. Now you're thinking I can't see it now, so I actually can't see it, so we're just going to guess for this. I could change the colour and do it that way, but that's just too much hassle for me because I'm lazy. So we will just literally go like that, move it up, and then that side's covered. Copy it, and then again you just go back to the changing sides of it, and it should have filled in where it needs to fill in. We'll say I'll do the adjustments afterwards, and then that end's practically done. So then you would then do the old-fashioned copy tool again to the next coach along, and that fills that one in. So then to the other end is where it gets a little bit on the annoying side, because then you've then got to create the piece again to copy it the other side, or you could just copy one of them and move it along. So in this case, there's much that I need to do on this side. It's just them bits at the top, isn't it? Right, I'll tell you what, we'll go back to the first coach so we can do the branding. Let me just get a better picture of it. Google doesn't want to play with me tonight. It's been a bit annoying. Come on, in your own time. Great Northern logo. In your own time. Thank you very much. Right, there we go. We have the logo. So now we can go with it. Right, so we want, again, we're going to want shape 54. Honestly, it will become one of the most popular ones to use. We'll go left because it's brighter so we can see it. We want like a dark purple colour. That's more of a pink, isn't it? Not a purple. We'll go with that. I don't really know how big I need it to be just yet. I certainly don't need it to be that width. Oh. So I do need to do that with it. Oh, I'll get it right in a minute. This is where the fiddly bit gets in and it gets quite annoying. I am literally just like using my eyes onto Google and then sort of hopefully it's just going to fit and look good. Which, no my luck, it probably won't. Right, we'll go with that for a minute. Right, we're going to move that out of the way because it's where we're going to do our lettering. Now the lettering needs to be in white. Now obviously I can't use white because I'm not going to be able to see it. So I'm just going to do it a completely different colour for now. I've lost 2 viewers. Never mind, I'm guessing my painting job's doing your head in. Not going to be long before I'm finished. Right, so we'll use, which font is it? It's the thicker font. So we need a thicker font, a G. I thought I'd move that out of the way. Right, let's just do it green for a minute. It needs to be white, but we'll do it green just for a moment. Now the good thing is we've got this line here to help. Because I can't write straight for nothing. Right, let's just move that out of the way. Rid of that. Right, we've got a G. Now instead of having to go and create a new letter each time, now the easiest way I've learned, again, the Geek Daddy, this is a shout out to you. It was also a shout out to another friend of mine. I don't think he's watching the stream. So it's copy the same letter, but then change the text of it. So we want. I'll get there in a minute. Why do I feel like I'm missing some fonts? Something doesn't look right though. I've only got 1 viewer now. Well, I'm definitely doing people's heads in. Right, we're going to have to go in capital letters then, because for some reason it's not letting me do the lowercase, which is a bit odd because the lowercase was there yesterday. Okay, alright, we'll do it in capitals then instead. Hit text. Want an E. We'll save it in a minute. Oh no, I didn't copy it today. No, I did copy it. Keep with it. We'll have an A. And of course we're going to need a T. No sugar if anyone's making one. Again, I am doing the lettering in the wrong colour just so I can see where it is. I will correct all that afterwards. So we'll just move that across there. And obviously we need an O. Again, if there is anybody left that I haven't purposely bored, then do feel free to shout up. It says 1 viewer, but I'm obviously watching my own stream, so I have a feeling I'm watching myself and that's about it. Which wouldn't be the first time. So I'll just throw it together and then we can go from there. It is literally copy and paste on pretty much everything. Right, northern. So now we've done that. Now we need to change the colour, which will be interesting because then I won't see it. So we'll go to white, white, This might do your head in a little bit, so I'll go super quick with this. And that's the last one of the lettering. Yes. Right, let's sync them together so we don't lose them. And then move that back across. To about middle area, so I would say there. Then what we'll do with the wording, because obviously it's not going to fit, so you would shrink that down. Now obviously it says on the main branding to capital letters at the start and then normal lettering or lowercase lettering throughout. However, I couldn't access the lowercase lettering through this font, so I've just gone for capitals. We'll just stick that there for a minute. And then we just need to do the blue triangle now at the bottom. Let's just go and save it before it kicks me off. So we will have... Where did the triangle go? I want that. Confirm that. Let's change the colour to like a light blue, isn't it? We'll use that one. And then we'll just play around with the size of the thingy shape, what you need to use for it. Oh. So that would roughly be about there. I think I might have made the purple just a little bit too big. Get this positioning right in just a second. And we'll go with that just for a minute. I think it's a little bit off. Then we need to get another one. Instead of copying that, I'll make a new one then, because I don't have to worry about all the side adjustments that I've made. And then that, I'll get there in a minute. Talking at myself now because I'm not doing it right. That might have gone the wrong way. Let's just mirror that. Or should I have mirrored it the other way? I actually can't remember which way I should have been doing this one now. That's too much. Go the other way. Come on, keep with it. Right, I'll tell you what, that didn't work out very well, did it? So let's just reset them projection scales and reset the scale and try that again. I think that might be the correct way. Oh, I just can't get my fingers going at the minute. A little bit more and we're there. Just need that to link up. As soon as that links up, then we've pretty much got it. That needs to be a slightly darker blue, so we'll just use that blue. It's not much darker, but it is a little bit. Just like that. And then I think the bottom blue needs to be a little bit thinner, but we'll just worry about that another time. Let's just see if it allows me to have a little play with what I've got already. That purple needs to be made smaller for definite. Or the right needs to be made bigger, whichever one. I think it's the purple needs to be made smaller. So we'll do that. We'll bring this in considerably. And thinner. And then just remove that a little bit more. And that basically is Great Northern finished. 55 minutes to do that entire livery, well, minus the little bit of branding that needs to go on it. But I would say that that is pretty much bang on the money for Great Northern. So let's have a screenshot of that. Take it extended. Xbox isn't wanting to play with me now. There we go, we've got a screenshot. What are we on? 10 past 11. Screenshot failed. Marvellous. Let's try that again, shall we? Did you work? Screenshot loaded. Brilliant. Right, so that's the end of that livery. Now, the fact that there's nobody in the chat and the fact that nobody has said anything in the considerable last 10 to 15 minutes, I think I might as well just come off and leave it at that. Thanks for everyone that did watch, and I hope that livery designer helps you a little bit on what to do. Do leave feedback if you wish. I'm not going to give the like and subscribe rubbish because I can't guarantee when I'm next going to be on. It is literally an out of the blue moment. But yeah, hopefully that helps, and I shall upload what it should look like in real life to what I've done, and then you can judge it from there. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Take care, good night, and stay safe.